Welcome back to We Like That podcast.
Because we like that. I'm Joe.
And I'm Calvin.
And welcome back to We Like That podcast.
Because we like that.
I'm sad.
Okay.
I had a very nice break, and then I'm going to go back to regular business, and I don't want to do that.
Yeah, you shouldn't have took too long off then. I don't know what to tell you.
You said that's life. Anyway, moving on.
Pretty much.
Do you have any New Year's resolutions now that we are in the new year? Happy 2026.
No, I don't.
Okay. Mine is to try to be more Chinese. I'm going to try to drink more warm water. Apparently, I'm at a very Chinese point in my life, according to my algorithms. So we'll see. I got jujubes. I'm on my way.
Sure.
I'm going to try kanji.
Good for you.
Have you had kanji?
Don't know.
I'm sure you probably did.
Don't know what it is.
It's basically like watery rice. So they call it like a porridge,
No,
but it's like a soup.
I would never do that.
You've had rice soup?
No,
You've never had wild rice and chicken, like the chicken noodles, but it's rice?
probably.
That's basically what it is.
No,
It's
thank
like a
you.
soupy rice.
No, thank you.
It's supposed to be good for you.
Okay.
Okay, anyway, moving on.
I don't know what you want me to say.
Happy 2026. How about that? This is our first podcast of the new year.
Yes, great. It's a new season. What?
Nothing. You're crazy. Anywho.
I don't. But you. New season, new things. Hoping for much more, bigger things.
There's a bunch of Japanese stores I want to go to. They're all in Rockville, and I don't want to drive that far.
It looks like you have to make a decision.
Oh, decisions. Okay, anyway, on to That Happened with Joe.
That happened with Joe.
I really want to talk about this Gen Z versus millennial trend that is happening. It's not new stuff. It's been a bait video for a minute now of Gen Z or millennials talking about the other generation. A lot of the millennial perspective is like, I don't know why we have all this beef with Gen Z. And Gen Z's perspective seems to be like all millennials are cringe and millennials want to be Gen Z, which doesn't make sense because Gen Z is dressing exactly like millennials. So that doesn't make any sense. Anyway, so I made Calvin watch one of the videos that came across my feed, which is by Kyle Beats, who's a YouTuber. No shade, but he definitely gives off like Rich Daddy gave me a studio vibes. He pit up and coming millennial talent versus Gen Z talent. So you got a producer and you got an artist. They had to create a song in about an hour. And then they were going to have unbiased, quote unquote, votes over who made the best song. Gen Z came out the gate hard, talking a lot of trash, saying that millennials don't do anything when it comes to music. They don't have a lot of energy when it comes to music. And what have they really done for music? The millennials pretty much stayed silent. They just said, okay.
We took hip hop to where it is today. You're welcome. I don't understand what the hell he was talking about.
He's trying to infer that the music we grew up with are not created by artists who were of our generation necessarily. They were of the generation prior.
No.
You're not a millennial. You're Gen X. So they're saying like Outcast and them. They're all Gen X. They're not millennials. Millennials are just co-opting what the generation before them did, essentially. That's what he was trying to say.
And I would say they're partially right.
I would say they're wrong.
They're partially right.
I would say they're wrong.
Why?
Millennials were still the fan base, the audience that these artists, I don't want to say cater to, but who they play for. You needed that audience base to help push their music, especially at a time before the internet. You needed an audience base to do that. So you did need millennials.
And I would say it's not that, it was our talent that made them like the music.
Uh-huh.
So I said he's partially right. That's all I said. He's partially right.
And I said he's wrong entirely.
And millennials did help push the culture forward.
So if you look at after like Outkast and all that, like Eminem is technically a millennial.
Okay.
50 Cent, unfortunately, technically a millennial.
Okay.
So, Kendrick Lamar, millennial.
Okay.
And that's recent. That's who's playing music now for this current generation.
And what they did was
Drake, millennial.
So what they did was take the music we did and
Beyonce, a millennial.
Take it to another level.
Destiny's Child, millennials.
But we are the bridge. If that makes sense.
I think so. The millennial producer, when he gets his little standalone confessional, talks about how like it's not necessarily that Gen Z doesn't have the talent; they're just slower to be innovative when it comes to that talent, to push music forward, to set a precedent. Essentially,
the difference is they have too much technology, so they work easier, not harder. Also, it's like I said, I don't think they care about being artists. We live in the influencer age culture. That's where we're in. They're more about being influencers who are artists instead of artists who are influencers. Where millennials and our generation, Generation 4, were artists who were trying to be influencers. And I think now it's the opposite way. They're not trying to be in the music business for years or making their careers. They're trying to get in, get a name, become influencers, and get out.
I don't know.
I
couldn't tell you a Gen Z artist right now. I have no idea. I couldn't tell you one.
And that's why, but I guarantee you, if you can tell me a bunch of influencers, and some of them might actually be artists that you don't even know. That's what I'm saying. A lot of them are probably artists. We just don't know. We know them as influencers.
Uh-huh.
Like, what's that guy name? Not 21 Savage. The one with the crazy girlfriend. They always get into fights, all the stuff. I can't remember his name.
I don't know what
you're right. But that's you're right. We don't know the names. Because if I tell you Love and Hip Hop, you probably can tell me the names, and you don't even know those guys. Those people are artists.
Right.
That's what I'm saying. Majority of people on Love and Hip Hop are artists. But you wouldn't know that because you don't know their music, because their music doesn't do anything.
Right. So, okay, so there are some Gen Z artists that I do enjoy, like Sabrina Carpenter. There's a girl named Olivia Dean. She's out of Britain.
Don't have no idea who none of these people are.
Right.
At all.
Right. I like their music. Doechii is a rapper. She's also technically Gen Z. She's also pretty good.
She was an influencer this whole time.
I don't know why you thought that.
I don't. I probably heard her music, don't even know it.
She's one of the few that actually focuses on her artistry and not so much on her influence.
Okay.
She's like music only.
Okay, good for her.
Her and Meg Thee Stallion is technically Gen Z.
Okay. And Meg, I know her music because I know her as an artist.
Right.
But if somebody says she's an influencer who's an artist, I wouldn't argue with them.
I think with Meg, she started rapping first. She does a little stuff on social media, but it's all related back to her music. So it's not a situation of her also like pushing a product and also doing whatever. It's interesting. And its own side hustle. But like, so they have this contest with the beats. You've got Gen Z talking a lot of smack about millennials, and millennials basically just kind of keep it to themselves. They finish their beats. They play their music. I'm not going to say that it's awful, but it's not memorable. Either one.
Neither.
But millennials do something a little different with their beat than Gen Z does. And then we find out the judging panel is all Gen Z. It's like, okay. You've got a guy who is also an up-and-comer in the business, and then another guy who has nothing to do with music whatsoever. And they're like, oh, it'll be an unbiased opinion. It literally looked like this is my friend Dan, and we also put him in here.
Here's what happened. The dude who's doing this,
Kyle Beats.
is probably his dad is part of the industry, most likely.
It gives that vibe.
But his dad is still not that known.
No, I think his dad's a label head because that studio they're in, it's owned by Kyle Beats.
Well, yes.
I think his dad is maybe not a household name, but I don't think he wants to be. I think he's a label head.
Yeah, he's one of those people that own the label but don't want to be known because they do a lot of
shady stuff. Yes. We don't know. This is all assumption, but it gives that impression because this kid is rich. So it's Gen Z versus millennials. Gen Z is like, yeah, we're a little nervous here or there, but we're gonna do what it do. They play their song, and it's the most regular sounding song. Can I even play a piece of it?
It's not even right. It's this.
You've definitely heard it before.
It's the typical what they play now. The emu.
No, it's not emo, Calvin, at all.
It has the emu feel to it.
Emu is a bird.
Emote.
It's not even. You're trying to say emo, and it's not even emo.
It's emo to me. It's that same sad sound.
Sad sound.
Yeah. And they pretty much use what's the thing that T-Pain is known for?
That machine?
Yeah.
That Zap is known for? That one?
Yeah. But everybody think T-Pain created it.
That's so true. Everybody does think that. That is
very
true.
What's it called? Oh my God. I can't remember the name of it. That's how out of touch with music I am right now.
It doesn't matter. We don't need to know what the name of it is.
But auto-tune. Pretty much a bunch of auto-tune on the voice and a guitar riff. That's all it is.
Here, I got a little sample of it. Nope, maybe. This is Gen Z.
Exactly. The same emo thing to me.
I don't know why you think emo. Nothing about it says emo.
That's what it feels like.
That's them.
It's all hi-hats and snares.
Isn't that what T.I. is known for? Not T-Pain?
Trap beats?
Yeah.
Yeah. But that's not really, yeah.
And then millennials played their song. What got me, though, was their breakdown of this song. Oh, let me see if I can play a little bit of it. I was there when the first song happened. Now I'm out making hits out in Dallas. The royalties about to buy us all the Mavericks.
This is trap music, really. This is Drake. Literally, it's all listen. This is Drake.
So
that's all it
for
is.
For me, the flow of the music, I could see how millennials have a better flow of the music because Gen Z's is literally one tone
and what
the whole way through.
And to me, both of the beats are typical whatever their generation
I didn't say they were
was.
Outstanding. I just said I can understand the difference between them. But what got me was the judges, quote unquote, breakdown of it. The artist is the guy who's an up and coming rapper. He says he's been in the music business for the last 6 years. He's 26. So, but it's him being like, you blew my mind when you added the horns. Your mind was blown when he added horns. Where's the bar? It was very interesting to me.
The issue is with these two generations is that it is no innovation. Everything sounds the same. You go to my generation, is a variety. Did we have our one-hit wonders? Did we have our bad music? Yes, but it was a variety. You can tell the difference between Wu-Tang and Outkast.
Uh-huh.
You can tell the difference between Pete Rock, CL Smooth, and you can tell the difference between Master P and Cash Money. And they're from the same area. They're pretty much next door to each other, but you can tell the difference between the two. You can tell the difference between Tupac and Biggie. You can tell the difference between Snoop, The Game, Kanye West. Everybody had the Ludacris. Even everybody in Atlanta sounded different. Ludacris sounded different than Jeezy, than T.I., than all that stuff.
How old is Ludacris? He might be a millennial.
No, he's not.
Why you say that?
He's in his 40s.
He's in his 40s now, you're saying?
Yeah.
I don't think Luda's in his 40s.
Luda's older than me, so
if he's in his 40s, then he's a millennial.
Luda is damn near in his 50s almost.
Then which one is it, Calvin? Is he in his 40s?
He's older than me. He's like in his 50s. He's like in his 50s. He has to be.
You're hilarious.
He's like in his 50s.
He's 48.
Yeah, he's almost in his 50s. Yeah, I knew he's older than me.
That's funny.
So all these dudes, whereas now Atlanta, everyone sounds the exact same. There's no difference.
Well, they found a formula that they felt worked, and to an extent, it kind of does. So that it starts to all sound the same.
Pretty much the Gen Zers sound like Future. All them sound like. I'm sorry, the millennials they sound like Drake and Future. Gen Z. I don't know what they sound like because I don't listen to their music.
You just listen to it. That's exactly what they sound like.
But all it sounds the same.
Yes, it does.
So
that's when when there's conversations about the fall of hip hop, how hip hop hasn't charted on Billboard in a minute. When it comes to sales and stuff, how they see it as a dying genre right now, it relates to all of this.
It's just there's no originality. That's all.
So one of the Gen Z producers says that he doesn't think it's so much as there's not a lot of innovation. It's just that we have to sort through a lot more music because a lot more people are able to have their music be heard in a mainstream way. So now you have to kind of shift and sift through a lot of it to find something that's good. So it's not so much that it's not being pushed forward as much as it's just going through a transformational phase right now.
I semi-agree. I think they are all. I go back to, I think it's the age we're in. They care more about being influencers than artists. So they're going to do what works. Hence, no originality. This formula works. I just need to get a hit using this formula, and then I'll get the brand deals, and then I can kind of do away with music. Because how long has some of these Gen Zers been doing music, and then once they get it, they kind of really don't do music anymore, really?
You don't know any Gen Z artists, so who are you referring to?
We should know at least a couple. If they're that's what I'm saying. We should know at least a couple.
And I named a couple: Olivia Dean, Sabrina Carpenter.
I'm not talking about R&B singers, Siobhan.
These aren't R&B singer. Well, Olivia Dean's an R&B singer, but Sabrina Carpenter's not an R&B singer.
What is she?
She's like a pop music girlie.
I'm not talking about pop. I'm not talking about. We're talking about hip hop. I'm talking about rappers.
Megan Thee Stallion, Doechii.
Okay.
Sweetie. Lotto.
All are like
honestly, right? At least from a female perspective, there's a lot more female artists than there have been in a minute.
And I will give you that. I probably know more female hip hop artists than I do male right now. But a lot of them are more influencing now than they're doing music.
And again, you simultaneously say you don't know these artists, but also put this out as a general bias for all of them. So who are you referring to?
I think they're all
like Lotto. She's not really an influencer. She's not really an influencer. Doechii's definitely not one. Meg is not one. So who are you referring to?
Okay, so none of these people are heavy on social media.
Trying
to be influencers.
Do you know what an influencer is? How about that? Like, what's your definition of an influencer? It's somebody who's pushing a product usually, right?
Not really.
Then what's an influencer to you?
They're just trying to make money off their brand, their name.
That usually means they got to push something.
You can push yourself.
That's a product.
Okay. Well, yeah, sure. Yeah.
Okay. So like Meg's stuff goes back to her album. So if you want to say she's an influencer for her own music, sure. And that's kind of how it is for Doechii and Lotto. They're not necessarily doing like get ready with me's or like day to days. They're not really doing that. They're like, this is me in the studio. This is the new album. I'm excited. Like that's usually what their content is.
Okay. Then they're more about being artists than influencers. But I think majority of that generation is more about being the opposite way. Because
I think you're onto something about the influencer quality of it. I just don't agree in the way that you're saying it's used. I think part of the influencing problem when it comes to Generation Z's music is that they rely on their base to push mediocre music. And that happens. So they get a following. That following pushes whatever they think this good music is. Turns out not to really be that good of music.
No, I think,
and it doesn't have any long standing.
Yes, and I also think that it's because they're all about just doing what works. That's it.
I can't fault anybody for being like, let me do what works. I can't fault them for it.
And then they can't complain about the quality of their music.
They aren't. We're the ones complaining. We're the ones complaining. They aren't complaining at all.
We can't complain because we keep buying it. So we can't complain at the end of the day.
So that's the other thing. People aren't buying. Stream. Maybe stream. But not buy.
Even streaming. Stop streaming.
Uh-huh. But like you said, most millennials aren't really listening to new artists like that. We're streaming old stuff still. So people are you're throwing out the example of the New Year's Eve, the New York ball drop.
What about
for New Year's Eve? They primarily played millennial artists. Gen X, millennial. There wasn't a whole lot of Gen Z stuff that was played at all. And it kind of created this discourse of like, if you're gonna have a party, what's the playlist look like?
It's gonna be.
It's not gonna be heavy Gen Z artists.
It's gonna be me. It's gonna be whatever generation I'm in, and the generation a little bit behind me.
And
that's gonna be it, or earlier than me.
That's
what you're gonna play. Because
So people are talking about millennial artists and before. You're like on the cusp. Depending on who you ask, sometimes you're millennial, sometimes you're Gen X. Because you're right there on the cusp.
That's what I'm saying. It's going to be a little bit after me, and before me.
A little after you, before you, and then your age.
Yeah. That's where the music is. Like 70s to early 2000s. Maybe 2005. 8-ish, 2010. I say 2010, 70s to 2010.
So a lot of music from the 60s is making a comeback right now. A lot. So honestly, I would put the threshold at the 50s.
I don't really try to listen to segregation music too much.
But some of the soul out of that is really good.
There's a lot of pain.
Some of it's happy. It's not all just pain.
Whatever.
Sometimes it's about getting down.
I don't know what the hell a sock hop is.
Yeah, you do.
And whatever other lingo they use.
It's a white juke joint.
Exactly. Don't know what the hell that is.
You know what a juke joint is.
But yeah, you're right. It's like from that time period to about 2010-ish.
That's for a lot of people.
Roughly.
That's for a lot of people.
So
like
the music nowadays is just, it doesn't take you nowhere. It has no feeling.
To me, it's just really funny that Gen Z simultaneously will say that millennials are cringy, they're trying too hard, yada yada, whatever, and then at the same time be like, well, I'm really influenced by music from the past. And it's just like, what are you talking about? What do you mean? What do you mean? I'm so confused.
And then even that, to me, that's a lie, because you don't invoke the emotions that music did. I think it's just a bunch of emotionless music.
I think they don't have the reference to evoke that kind of emotion.
They don't have the connections.
Or the experience. This is a generation that's primarily online. Like person-to-person encounters, the way we had them, is to the wayside.
And I think
then COVID?
And I think
a lot of these kids graduated during that whole time period.
That's the major issue. That's why their music don't connect, because there's no connection to it.
personal connect.
Yeah.
It's very interesting to me. It's very, very interesting
to me. If you go back to your favorite songs, you can literally tell a story about where you were when you first heard that song.
It was very interesting to me.
Or you can literally, what was the first song you danced to in the club when you went to the club for the first time?
Older people, yes. Younger people, no.
But that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. The generation a little bit behind me and before me, we all can tell the stories of the music.
Uh-huh.
The generation now really can't. They can't. That's so. They talk trash about our generations, but they will love to live in our generations.
They would love to party in our generation. I don't know about live.
Same thing.
Unless they're trying to buy a home.
Same thing. They'll love to live in our generation.
Mm-hmm.
We did a lot.
It is a very interesting discussion.
Half of us shouldn't be alive right now.
They're calling Gen Z boomers 2.0, which is interesting to me that it would go that route. Because I wouldn't think millennials were particularly wild for it to turn back to like a more conservative time.
Yeah, but it is.
It is.
They don't drink that much.
They don't.
They just do a lot of ridiculous drugs for some crazy reason.
It's easier to access.
But they don't drink.
They don't like the taste.
But we had to drink because we were going through a lot. We shouldn't be here. A lot of us.
That's so crazy.
We should have. There's a lot of times we should have died. Between playing outside and our parents being damn near crazy.
Honestly, yeah, if you think about it, we didn't have cell phones. We didn't have trackers on nothing. It was just like, yeah, have fun outside. Lord knows where you go. Just be back in the house before the lights come on.
It's amazing me how kidnapping is so up now when you got trackers everywhere, but was really down when you had no trackers.
Well, it just wasn't as reported as much. So I think it's just we're more aware
also,
now.
People didn't care about their kids, so no one reported their kids missing when they went missing. So
that part. It was like they might be at Tammy's house. I don't know where these kids are.
That's another thing.
They'll show up. Like we were cats. So like, yeah.
That's another thing.
Yeah. I get like if we were raising a child now, I could not imagine letting this kid go out all day and not know where they are and just hope they came back. Yeah, no, you're right.
It was a different time.
It was insane. And that's us as millennials. I can't imagine even further back than that. Like
but
our
at the same
parents.
time too, we earned that trust.
Did we earn it?
Yeah. Because we had a certain level of fear.
I don't think we earned it. I think there was a better community.
We had a certain level of fear and respect. We had a certain level of fear and respect.
I grew up around a lot of white people. I don't know what you're talking about.
We had a certain level of fear and respect.
That was not something that happened.
According to where you grew up at.
But we had a lot of community. Respect. I know that there were neighbors that basically were like, oh yeah, we just saw her here or her there or whatever. We had a lot of neighbors that we actually talked to.
Once again, there was a certain level of fear and respect.
I'm just saying that's rich coming from you because you were literally surrounded by family.
Yeah. Certain level of fear and respect.
I don't think you had fear or respect for your for your aunts at all.
What are you talking about?
Calvin, everybody tells me how bad you were as a kid.
Being bad doesn't mean...
Where's the fear and respect?
The fear was, if I get caught doing this crazy, I know I'm going to die. I know I'm going to die. So there's certain things... But if
you respected them, you wouldn't have done it, right?
There's certain things I wouldn't do. And there's certain things I'm like, that's just going to be this.
But if you feared and respected them, you wouldn't have done it. That
doesn't mean you're not going to get in trouble or you're not going to do things.
I'm saying I don't think we earned anything as little kids. It was very stressed upon me that we did not earn things as a kid. But I was growing up.
Earn things.
It was given to us, and then we had to respect that it was given to us.
We earned things.
At least in my family, it wasn't a situation of you earned that.
Well, your family really didn't love you too much.
You're hilarious.
What you're saying, all the stuff that happened.
You're hilarious. I'm just saying, if my family wasn't like, we earned and trust and respect her. That's why we're letting our 9-year-old be outside until the sun comes down. That was not something that happened in my household.
And two, they knew who you were.
That part. So, but again, we had community. They had neighbors who would be like, yeah, she's playing outside right here.
So it's...
or cousins or family. We had a bigger community.
They had a level of trust because they knew if you did anything that they didn't like, they were gonna kill you, and they knew you knew that. So
I'm just saying, you still did it. So what level of trust was there for you?
There's a level of trust because there's a lot of things I could have done that I didn't do.
Didn't they catch you throwing rocks at somebody's glass windows?
Once again, I didn't do that. I was guilt by association. That was guilt by association. I would never claim that.
Didn't you put rice in the vents?
Air conditioner?
Yeah. Didn't you
get it right? Air conditioner. We didn't have central heating or air. It was a
box.
It was air conditioning.
Like a window box?
Yeah. That I will admit to. I did that. Yes, I did that. I will admit to that. I did that. That was done by me. I was the only one there. I was by myself, so.
Was the only one there.
So
that's the other thing. I don't think kids know what it means to be like latchkey kids, like to be the only ones in the house, or the ones watching over the little kids.
Because they can't be trusted.
I don't know that they can't be trusted, or our tech, because there is so much tech that it's like, oh, we don't have to give them that responsibility. We'll just use this other stuff.
They can't be trusted.
Calvin.
They can't, Javon. A lot of them die if you leave them in the car. They're not smart enough to just get out the car.
Calvin, first of all, these are little kids.
They're not smart enough to get out the car.
Calvin.
Even I knew to get out the car.
Calvin.
I got out the car.
Calvin.
What?
You had old-timey cars. That's like when we had to manually roll up windows kind of cars.
Whatever, Javon.
These new cars have child locks, and if they don't know, and then their back seat, they can't just open the door.
Okay, Javon, you act like child locks are brand new.
You don't remember us trapping Trina in our own car with us in it? She couldn't get out.
Well, that's an adult who doesn't know what she's doing. You can't help that. You can't help that.
I'm
That's
just
an adult
saying,
that doesn't know.
If the child locks are on, you're stuck. And they take the keys with them. So
It's just like the kids now. They're too trustworthy.
You're so crazy.
That's why they get snatched up all the time.
You are so crazy. But anyway, the whole point was it was millennials versus Gen Z. Millennials won. The Gen Z judges voted also for millennials. They were like the beat was just better, blah 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 blah. They had their own comments about hooks and whatever. Both songs were just okay for given the hour they had to put it together. It was just okay. It was fine. Have we heard it before? Yeah. In both cases, yeah. But millennials did do something a little different that, for whatever reason, Gen Z didn't even think of. And they also were blown away when they heard the horns. And I'm just like, why? Why?
Like I said, it wasn't even amazing horns. So it is all, like I said, it's both trash, if you ask me.
Okay.
I understand the whole.
But I mean, the fight's going to continue on. Somebody did an on the street interview asking about clothes for millennials versus Gen Z. All of Gen Z was saying that millennials are trying too hard to dress like them, literally dressed up like they were millennials. It is hilarious. But it's gonna keep that back and forth for whatever reason. I don't know why we keep getting picked on, because we got picked on by boomers before Gen Z, and then now that boomers are kind of fading into the wind, Gen Z has picked up the mantle. Gen X hasn't said shit. They haven't said anything. They're just like, eh. Anyway, keep it moving. Which is funny because a lot of Gen Zers, their parents are Gen X. It's very interesting. What are you doing?
Looking for something.
Oh my goodness. You want to move on to the next subject?
Yeah. We talk about the Mean Girl murders, and that happened with Joe. Boom, 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 boom. Beep.
What?
Mean Girls.
Mean Girl murders.
It's about a track
Season
star.
3.
It's about a track star. It's called
Episode what, 5?
Yes, Running. Episode 6. Season 3, Episode 6. Running for Her Life.
Alrighty.
It's about a runner, a girl, actual amazing track.
A West Philadelphia neighborhood is left reeling when a high school track star who has her eyes set on the Olympics disappears.
It's about a girl named Shilie Turner.
Yes. The way Shilie is spelled is very interesting. It's Shilie. Shilie. Looks like Shilie, but it's supposed to be Shelly.
Mm-hmm.
Calvin. Shilie Turner is an up and coming track star. She is good. She is killing it out here in these track and field streets. She can't be beat. They talk about how people were jealous of her, how her times were just so amazing. Her coach, he was also like blown away by what she could do. And he was brand new to the school, this guy named Tim Hickey. And he was like a known track and field coach for like really producing powerful athletes. So it was looking great for her at this time.
Yes, it's looking amazing for her at the time. And she had a couple of rivals who pretty much they were going back and forth and winning and losing. She was from the era with Marion Jones, if you know the great track star who eventually got put in prison.
She got put in prison?
Yeah, Marion Jones went to prison.
For what? Drugs?
I forgot, but her and her husband, pretty much her husband kind of dimed her out. Even though
I know she lost her medals.
He was the one who kind of was.
What was it for?
You gotta look it up. I can't remember. But she went to jail. And she even talks about fighting in jail when she got in there.
What?
Yeah. So she was.
Wow, Marion Jones prison comes right up.
She was in the same era with Marion Jones. And,
it was doping.
Yeah. And pretty much her husband was giving it to her.
Okay. But he's the one that like told on her. He was like,
Yeah. Okay. Because they got a divorce. She was leaving him. And he couldn't take it.
He got real petty and bitter. Got you.
Yes, pretty much. Anywho, Shilie Turner was pretty much one of the great runners in West Philadelphia.
Born and raised.
On the playground where she spent most of her days. So she eventually
she was chilling outside, relaxing, all cool.
She was staying she was killing it. And her coach, who was a famous track star coach,
which I just said, yes.
What's his name?
Hickey.
Did you say everything? Hickey.
Tim Hickey.
He had pretty much a group of girls who he really loved, and she was one of the girls. He was actually she was the captain. Long story short, she goes out one day.
She has a boyfriend. She goes out with the boyfriend to meet the family.
Her mom doesn't know that.
Her mom doesn't like the boyfriend.
But her mom doesn't know if she's with the boyfriend. She goes out and she never returns.
The mom says that Shilie told her she was going out to a friend's house.
So the mom calls the
mom shows up at school.
She had a track event the next day. She didn't show for the track event, which was very, very odd. The coach asked one of the players, I can't remember her name.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, where's Boo Boo? She's like, where's Shilie? And she goes, I don't know. She said her mom said she was staying with you because he called her mom. She's like, she wasn't with me. She also said, because she's part of the documentary, she said if she knew where she was, she wouldn't tell because she no snitch. Which, take that full grain of salt, whatever that means. So they go on with the meet. The mom files a missing persons report.
The following day.
And now they start looking for this girl.
Well, now they're extra concerned. It's out of character for her not to show up for me at all. She took her track and field very seriously because she was so good, and she knew it was her way out. They were all vying for scholarships. Like getting a track scholarship was a big deal to get you out so that you could move forward. So then an investigation goes underway of like, where did this girl go? They talk to her boyfriend. She had a boyfriend that her mom was not a fan of.
He pretty much came to the school. What's the name of the school? West something.
West Philadelphia. I don't know.
He came to the school his 12th grade year, which is odd too. He transferred to the school. She sees him. She meets him. They hit it off. They start pretty much dating.
William Penn High School.
William Penn High School. They talked to the boyfriend. The boyfriend, like, yeah, she came over to my house to meet my family. We all had a good time. We ate. I don't know how they end up staying until 1 a.m, which is odd to me.
I could see that. I could see that happening. Because she doesn't want to go home. So I could see her staying in that late.
Yes, I was raised different. Ain't no girl.
It's 1993.
Just chilling in my house until 1 a.m. Unless she's a relative.
First of all, she's not any girl. She's a known name in that town. 1. 2, she's meeting the family. I'm sure it wasn't any situation where like they were behind any closed or locked doors.
Yeah, if I was with the man's daughter. At some point, I'm like, hey, girl, you got to go home. It's almost 9. You got to go.
But they could have had a late. His parents also work. They could have had like a late dinner. Calvin, you have to talk.
My mama don't give a two
We're doing a podcast. I can't see your faces.
My mama don't care.
It's not your mom. It's his parents.
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, I don't understand how she stayed that late.
Because it's not your mom.
Crazy.
Because it's not your mom.
It doesn't matter.
I've stayed that late at boyfriends' houses. Yeah, I've stayed that late.
That's different. Anywho, moving on. So he walks her to the trolley.
The fact the trolley is running that late is it was my question. I was like, what do you mean?
Because it's only supposed to be adults and crackheads out at that time.
1:30?
And drug heads and drug dealers.
Public transit.
And hookers and stuff. That's it.
Well, also, I mean, this is 1993 Philly. There's still people doing that work at the manufacturing plants and whatnot.
It's only people out that time with people who work shift
work, yeah.
Druggies, crackheads, prostitutes, drug dealers.
No, Calvin. Anyway.
And homeless people.
And apparently they were all polite because none of them went after this girl.
So
he puts her on the trolley.
And that's the last time they see her. Anyone sees her. They go talk to the trolley people and they go, yeah, he dropped her off and he left.
Uh-huh.
So that exonerated him, but didn't exonerate him with the people of the town, of the area. He's like, people still thought he had something to do with it. So he literally had to find another school.
Because she was a no name.
He actually dropped out of school.
Yeah, she was well, there also was other stuff that happened that required him to drop out of school. But
so fast forward. The mom has the whole neighborhood looking for her. Everybody's trying to pitch in. Finally, they find a body.
She's doing like news segment interviews and everything.
She's doing news segment interviews. They find a body at the park. It turns out to be her. They have the funeral. The mom lashes out at the boyfriend.
Before we go more into the funeral, do you remember the state of the body when they found her at the park?
She got shot 6, 7, some crazy times. Got beat up real bad.
She was in the face. 6 or 7 times in the face and hands. Not her body. Face and hands. That's insane. That's insane.
So they have the funeral. The mom loses it at the funeral and the boyfriend.
The boyfriend shows up and he tries to extend his condolences and she loses it.
So then they're trying to figure out who killed her. Her mom goes on this
she goes on a full talk show circuit.
She goes on the cable news or whatever, cable talk show.
It becomes national news, yeah.
And then she goes on a radio station with this big time radio host. And the radio host is asking her what happened. And she kind of gave details too.
She gave too many details.
That made some people go,
She started talking about the moonlight shining off of her daughter's teeth. And they were like, what do you mean? You said you weren't present.
So the radio host personality goes to the cops and says, you guys might want to look into her. She said some really odd things during the interview. So to get in front of that, because she thought people started thinking she had something to do with it, she goes.
No, she knew people were speculating that she had something to do with it.
So she goes and does a lie detector test.
Polygraph.
Fails it miserably.
Why would you do this to yourself?
Once again.
Becomes a person of interest.
It's not the police figuring this out. It's people telling on themselves. So then she eventually tells on herself.
Yeah, she confesses.
And it ends up being the mom killing her daughter. I still don't know really the connection to the mean girl, but I guess.
Because you tuned out the rest of it. They explained why she did it. She explained why she did it.
I guess it's because she was jealous of her daughter.
She said that. She said it.
To me, she has nothing to do with track.
First of all, she started laughing when she confessed that she murdered her child. At first, she tried to say that it was her trying to discipline her child, and her child took it too far. And then it became a confession of sorts of her saying that she was tired of Shilie getting all this attention. She was tired of Shilie bragging and boasting about what kind of future she was going to have for herself. And she was tired of Shilie being seen as like this very special person.
So
how special could she be if her mom wasn't that special, essentially? Then it also comes out that her mom had a live-in boyfriend. They called it a common law marriage, which means he just lived there for a very long time. Had a common law boyfriend that lived there this whole time. She drank a lot.
So what triggered the whole thing was Shilie comes home around 1 a.m. Her mom's been drinking heavily. She gets mad and said, "I'm done with you walking into this house any type of time at night." What?
There's an old New York Times article about it. There is an accusation by Nikki Ford, that's Boo Boo, the slain girl's best friend, that Miss Turner, Shilie, was sexually abused by Mrs. King's husband.
Who else, Mrs. King's husband?
The boyfriend I said that was living there. She was 15 at the time. She said Miss Turner tearfully confided in her last August, so this is August 93, that she was pregnant by her mom's boyfriend and that Mrs. King blamed her. That's the mean girl.
Sure. We don't have. Then no one said she was pregnant when she was died.
Huh?
They didn't talk about her being pregnant.
Just because they didn't talk about it doesn't mean it wasn't something that was a part of it.
Sure. Whatever.
That September, Nikki accompanied Shilie. I don't want to say Shilie because that's how her name is spelled. Shilie, on a trip to have an abortion. But she also feared she was pregnant again. That means she was dealing with this a lot. If any of that is true, that means that, to me, that adds even more fuel to the fire of this mom being jealous of her.
Whatever. She walks in late. Her mom says, "I've had it." The mom's been drinking heavily. She's pretty much belligerently drunk. She said, "I'm gonna take you to the police and drop you off."
No, she said, "I'm kicking you out."
Kicking you out. I'm taking you to the police station and dropping you off there because I'm done. So she grabs her, takes her in the car. This whole time, she puts like a revolver in her pocket.
The mom
takes her, but they drive past
the police station
to the park. And at the park, she says she tries to fight her daughter, and also she just shoots her, which makes no sense to me. But anywho, that's what happened. That's what she said happened.
If any of this in this New York Times article is true, it makes sense to me of her being further fuel of her being jealous of this girl.
How would she know she's pregnant if she never told her?
She would know that her boyfriend's messing with her. She would know that. And I wouldn't be surprised if during this time frame, especially with this generation that Miss Vivian is from, of her thinking that it's her daughter seducing her boyfriend, not that it's a manipulation by her boyfriend at all. If any of that's true, I could absolutely see that, her thinking that her daughter is competition.
Whatever, speculation. We don't know.
We know that she killed her daughter.
That's about it.
And we know that she was jealous of her daughter. She said that.
Whatever. Anywho, she killed her daughter. Bing, bang, boom, done. What was the thing that got you? What got me was it was the mom.
I knew it was gonna be the mom. I told you it was gonna be the mom.
Well, you said it was the mom, so you called it.
She seemed to be too, I think excited is the wrong word, but willing to be like front and center for a lot of this, for her missing child. And dressed up. She was really dressed up for all of these events that she was supposedly pleading for people to give tips about her missing daughter.
I think she was too calm.
To me, it felt like she was enjoying the limelight. And that was weird.
You're probably 100% right. My thing was she was too calm. I wasn't even paying attention to that. To me, my thing was like her demeanor was too. It's one
I
thing to
could
be.
barely see her demeanor because they didn't show her talking that long, but you could see what she was wearing. And
But
like they showed what she wore when they were doing the early interviews
you can hear
with
it.
Shilie being a track star, and she looked like a regular mom. But then when Shilie is supposedly missing, she's dressed up, and then when she's dead, she's dressed up even more. And it's like interesting.
My thing was like, you're too calm. You just found out your daughter is dead, like dead, like not coming home, and you're still calm. Maybe she cried later. We just didn't see a long enough clips.
Well, we know she killed her, so she knew all along.
But the clips that they showed, she was just too calm. Like,
you said it was, honestly though, you said it was the coach at first. And honestly though, it looked like it was the coach at first.
because pretty much the coach is a loner. Period.
He's a loner. He's never been married. He's surrounded by black girls. This is a white coach who only coaches black women. And he calls the girls Hickey's girls. And it was just like, yeah, this is real creepy. This is real creepy. But it turned out to not be that bad. It was actually pretty innocent.
I thought it was, but then I'm like, Hickey's girls, that's just because he's a coach.
It also didn't seem.
And I'm like, they're always around him like a group for the most part.
No, because Shilie was staying with him off and on, like on one. That's why people were like, maybe they have an inappropriate relationship.
Oh, okay. I missed that part then. I
clearly she was staying with him off and on because her mom didn't want her around. Which again, to me, explains why she would be out of the house until like 1:30 in the morning. She knows that her mom doesn't want her at the house.
It makes sense now that we know. Yeah, it makes sense now. But before we knew all that details, it didn't make sense.
You never hung out with a troubled teen who didn't want to go home and they're looking for excuses to not go home to extend the night?
No, because eventually I went home. And I don't care about your problems at that point when I'm going home. Sorry.
That's crazy.
I know I got someplace I need to be right now.
You said, well, that's a you problem.
Yeah, that's a you problem. I have someplace I need to be. My cousin was a troubled teen.
I had several friends who didn't want to go home. Being home was not a good deal. So it was us like trying to figure out what we could do to stay out later, if they can sleep over, how to make that work. On many an occasion, I had to ask my parents if a friend of mine could just sleep over because they didn't want to go home, and like make a plea for them to just sleep in the living room for the day. So that for me, for my experiences, it made sense to me that she was not trying to stay at the house for whatever reason. She wasn't trying, because also her mom never went to her track meets. That was the other thing. Her mom never went to her track meets. Her mom was mad strict about what she could and could not do, but never came out to support her.
Like I said, I don't know anything about that because I had a place to be. And my mom was like, I don't care about your goddamn friends. They can't stay here. I don't know. And I'll be damned, some crazy kid gonna kill us.
You never had a sleepover?
I said I didn't say I never had a sleepover.
That's what you're implying.
I had sleepovers, but there were never troubled teens that needed some place to stay.
Okay.
That's it.
Uh-huh.
And I was like, I don't like people in my space that much. So there's that.
That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah,
all
it
right.
makes a lot of sense. I'm going home. Okay. That's pretty much all that happened.
You're so a boy.
Yeah.
You don't have to care about feelings and emotions.
I don't care about your problems at 9:00. Once it's 9 or 10, I'm like, yeah, I gotta go.
Very interesting.
Yeah.
It was a sad, sad story. This girl really had a promising future, and it was snatched away, not by a rival, not by a crazed coach, by her mother. What are you looking for?
Time. Who's to say I probably wasn't a troubled teen? I could have been a troubled teen.
Uh-huh.
For those who don't know. But I thought it was either the coach or one of the
when they were laying it out how like the coach was a suspect and they were laying out all their reasons for the coach to be a suspect, I was like, damn, was he?
But as soon as they brought the main rival and start showing her, I'm like, oh, she got thyroids. issues. I'm like,
what's that got to do with anything,
I'm
Calvin?
like, she too Christian need to kill somebody. I'm
Because
like,
of her thyroid issues?
I'm like, she too Christian need to kill somebody. She ain't kill nobody.
You're so crazy.
As soon as I saw her, I'm like, yeah, she didn't kill nobody.
You're so crazy.
Yeah. But then you did make a point. How come they're not interviewing the mom?
Uh-huh.
I was like, But the reason I didn't go, because in the last episode, the black one, the Miss Teen, they didn't interview the mom neither.
Well, that's because the child was the killer. This wasn't the issue of her being
being
a victim.
But I'm just saying. Killer. But we found that after the fact. They still interviewed the mom. So I was like, could be another one of those things where the mom didn't want to talk.
But to me, it felt like, because in the other one, the pageant girl, they never stopped talking about her. Like, her story kept going on and on and on. Like with Shilie, they kept talking about her in the past tense. Like, it was, and they didn't show any pictures of her growing up past that one high school year. So to me, I knew she was going to be the victim because it wasn't progressing. Whereas the other one, it was. The pageant one, they were showing that progression. Also, apparently, I just know when a mom kills their child. So I called it with that other crazy crime doc that we watched. That should have been a Mean Girls one.
Crazy knows crazy, I guess. I don't know to tell you. That's what it sounds like to me.
I did feel bad for the boyfriend, though. He really did get ostracized because before the town figured out who the killer was, they really were putting all the blame on him. She was the last seen with him. How could he not look out for her? How could she end up like this? And he ended up having to completely leave that town entirely.
And that's pretty much Mean Girls, season 3, episode 6, running for you. My life, I guess.
I liked it. I liked that episode.
It was cool. The dynamics and everything, how it played out was really good. The people actually knew the victim and cared in this one.
Yeah.
So that's what was good about this one.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas the other one, I'm like, y'all killed that girl.
Okay.
Y'all the reason that girl gone.
Uh-huh.
Oh, she went crazy. Y'all the reason that girl went crazy.
It was crazy.
But anything else you got to say about that episode?
The spelling of that child's name is unfortunate. Like, it looks like Shilie. Anyway. But outside of that, nope. I got nothing else. Although I will say, everybody that they interviewed who went to school when she did, aged like fine wine. Fine wine.
Sure, keep telling yourself that.
That best friend, Boo Boo, I would not have guessed she was close to 50.
I could. It's in the eyes.
Oh my God. Anyway.
It's in the voice. It's in the voice.
The voice. She still talks like a little girl.
In the voice.
You're so crazy.
She has an old-timey voice.
No, she doesn't.
I miss my friend.
It was like a Betty Boop voice.
She was my best friend. She gave me a nickname, Boo Boo. I'm like, yeah, you old as hell. They calling you Boo Boo.
What cracked me up was when she was like, there's something in track and field that some of these track athletes have to deal with, and it's called hate.
That right there let me know you're old as hell if you don't remember hate being a word. How old are you? We forget that hate is already...
It's very unique to track and field. It's something that only they have to deal with. It was very interesting.
Like, that's so 50s.
It was so funny. And it's called hate. What?
You know what it is? You know what it is? There's only the people that got to deal with in track. You know what it's called? Segregation. I'm like, really? Makes sense.
She was at the colored water fountain and then she disappeared. So
the coloreds? Really? Such an old behind down somewhere, lady. You got time for this.
That's not what happened at all.
Hate is some genius word.
The delivery was hysterical. So, but outside of that, I like this Mean Girl episode. And to me, it made sense that it fit in with the theme of Mean Girls because that mom was a mean girl.
Okay. I would like my connection to be like somebody in track and field would have done it.
I would like my connection to be. Now, I gave it to you. The pageant girl one, a stretch. The pageant girls were Mean Girls. But it was a stretch to include it in the theme. But this one, to me, made sense.
Okay. I disagree to agree.
It'd be agree to disagree. That's what it would be.
Exactly.
Oh my gosh. Any other shows you're
You
watching?
want to talk about the little documentary watch on HBO?
We haven't finished it, so I'm going to wait till we finish it to deep dive.
We could talk a little bit about it.
Sure, go ahead.
So we're watching this documentary about the Real Housewife. It's called The Cult of the Real Housewife.
And it's about, what's her face?
It's about this lady named Mary Cosby.
And she is part of the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City.
And she pretty much has her own
church.
It's not a mega church. It's a
Pentecostal church.
I say it is a medium-sized church. A Pentecostal church in Salt Lake City that was founded by her grandmama.
And it was a big deal because if you know anything about Salt Lake City, Utah, it's Mormon heavy. And if it's not Mormons, it's Catholics typically. So to have a Pentecostal church run by a black woman in the 60s, that was a big deal.
Pretty much her grandma came down there in like the 50s or 60s.
60s.
And built that church.
She said God spoke to her and she hitchhiked with her 4 children from Indiana to Utah.
Yes. Which leads me to believe God really did talk to her. Because there's no way you're going to do that and make it.
In the 60s? And very crazy.
And to Salt Lake City, Utah.
Right.
She probably was the first black person to cross that line.
And was successful at it.
And was successful. So God really did call her.
Mm-hmm.
That now that's faith. That's faith.
Them showing the dynamic differences between how Mary runs her church and how her grandmother runs her church. Granted, they're gonna put it through a perspective to fit their narrative, which is that this might be a cult, but the way that they were showing it, it really did look like Mama, which is what she's nicknamed, the lady who founded the church, that she led with love versus the way her granddaughter Mary runs it, which is with fear.
She was doing the calling that she was told to do.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't about money because she pretty much fronted the church.
Yeah.
It was about saving souls, which ultimately the word is supposed to be about.
Mm-hmm. But I think what loses me, and I don't know how true it is Mama saying that Mary had to marry her husband.
I don't think she said that.
I agree. I agree.
That wasn't said.
I agree.
So if you don't know, also she ends up marrying her grandma's.
That's what she's known for in the Housewife series. She married her step grandfather.
Yes.
Her grandmother's husband.
Yes.
Who was 20 years younger than her grandmother.
And he said,
but 20 years older than her.
Yeah. So her grandma married a guy that was 20 years her junior.
Yes.
She ended up marrying a guy that was 20 years her senior, which happened to be her grandmother's old husband.
But also a gentleman who helped to raise her. He's known her whole life.
Yes.
Yes.
It's some things about him that people say. So this documentary is pretty much about old ex-church members and family members pretty much talking about her and how crazy and messed up she really is.
Well, how the whole situation is. She's messed up. He's messed up. There's fallout with the family. There's fallout with church members, with the congregation.
And how they've pretty much, it's all about sucking their church members of all their money and dry. Period.
But also placing them at a higher pedestal than their congregation.
The congregation, yeah. The congregation, some of the congregation members seeing them hurt as equal to God, which is crazy. But
it's also what she says, though. It's also what she preaches.
It's what she preaches. So if you don't have understanding of the Bible for yourself, I can see you being miscruited and being taken advantage of. Because that's all it really is. It's just manipulation.
Well, that's why they're likening it to a cult.
And my whole thing about that is they're not seeing as they're giving the money to her. They're seeing as it going to God and his will.
But that's part
church.
of the manipulation. Because then she berates them for not giving her enough presents for her birthday.
And that's when that facade would break in my head. They'd be like, this ain't something crazy. This is crazy.
Again, it's not about you. So they're talking about how
at some point it's always going to come back to me.
I don't understand why. You're not even a part of this in any way.
How my mind works. I too have been in that situation where it's about they're asking for all this money, and I go, first of all, Good thing I'm a kid because this doesn't make any sense to me. Number two, I'm like, why? Why? I had I'm not going to talk about that because I don't want that person to come back and possibly find.
She's going to show you in your dreams.
And haunt me for a little bit. I don't feel like dealing with stuff. But I had a family member who used to go to a mega church. And I would ask, why are we doing this? Because there was some things where they're throwing a bunch of money on the altar. And like, I'm used to traditional passing the basket where the ushers pass the basket to you. You put your money in and you pass it down. They had everything on sticks.
To reach.
So I'm like, damn, they don't even trust people passing down
and then on top of that, throwing money on the stage.
So I'm like, they must be getting tons of money in here.
First of all, it's a mega church, so yes.
So it was one of those. And I was like, I told her, I'm like, this is too much. Thank you for the experience, but I'm good. This is too much. This ain't real. And I'm like, you're in a cult. And I got kicked out the house. For a couple hours. It's not like I cared. I had other places I could go. Trust me, I was not homeless. Trust me. Halftime, I'm not even there anyway. I'm at some
that sounds like you're homeless
club in Atlanta, so partying my ass off.
That sounds like you're homeless.
But no, I'm just nomad. That's all that is. But yeah,
that's a homeless person.
That's a homeless person. So that's being a celebrity and homeless.
How's it being a celebrity?
That's celebrity homeless a version of a person
that
being a nomad.
Sense. That doesn't make sense.
That's a sexy version of homelessness.
That's not a sexy
nomad.
version.
Yeah,
that's not a sexy.
That's
version.
That's a cool version of being homeless. Nomad. Homeless is, nomad says something about yourself.
This is my choice.
That means
homeless
exactly
happens to you. Nomad, I chose that.
Exactly. Nomad, you chose. Homeless happens. Okay. But nomad, you're in transition. Thank you very much. You're transitioning to a new place. Thank you. Thank you. Ick.
Put a little razzle dazzle.
Exactly. Don't give me the ick.
Don't give you.
Yeah. The young folks say.
No, that's not how they say it at all.
That's how they say it.
No.
But yeah. So, but it's just the money thing.
It's interesting.
The amount of money that they're giving is insane to me, and I don't understand how you just don't snap. Be like, bitch, Jesus didn't ask for all this money.
It is interesting to me that they're calling it a cult, because, as you pointed out, when it comes to people who want to use the church for manipulation, this is how it goes. Like formula to formula, A to B. This is what they do.
Yeah.
It's not. I mean, the whole premise of Greenleaf was around this.
Yeah.
There's a literal TV show that was based on a true life story of a pastor who was manipulating his congregation to get this money. So.
Yeah. So I understand how it's not a cult. It's people believing into something and think they're giving to a cause. That person taking advantage of the cause.
I take it
That's
back.
What it
I understand why they're running with cult. First of all, that has been attributed to her since she was with Salt Lake City. They kept calling it a cult.
Yes.
For clicks and whatever.
And I think that's where it is. That's why they call it a cult. Because in Mormon country, and people think Mormonism is a cult.
Yeah. She brought a bunch of white women to her Pentecostal church who come from Mormon backgrounds. They're not used to shouting. They're not used to it being loud in church whatsoever.
And also, even when they showed that little clip, I'm like, that's so fake. I'm like, that's when she went, glory. I'm like, that's not even real. I'm like, that seems scripted.
I'm just saying, this has come from the same guy whose pulpit, one of the people in that pulpit was playing one instrument, dipped down, pulled out 2 wood blocks.
What is playing music has to do with the way she was preaching.
I'm just saying, being dramatic in a Pentecostal church is pretty par for the course.
He wasn't being dramatic. He wanted to play some blocks. I don't understand why that's crazy. He wanted to play some blocks. Now, granted, I've never seen that before. That was new to me. I've never seen him play blocks. I've seen him play every different type of tambourine there is.
That's what he was playing before he dipped down into
the
pulpit.
Play bells, but maybe a triangle, but blocks.
It was just a smooth transition.
The blocks.
With blocks.
The blocks was different to me. I'm like, I was like, wow. So
interesting.
We just took 2 lumbers and put it together and start clapping it.
Also, when did we stop reading the King James Bible? Why is it this new one now?
The NIV version.
Yeah, what is that?
I don't know.
When did we get an upgrade? I have more questions.
It's more standard language.
Is it?
English. That's what it is. It's the standard. It's more standard English. It takes out the thine and they.
I'm just saying, every time we edit stuff, some stuff gets lost. So it's very interesting to me that we have another new one.
That's the whole point too.
It's very interesting. Very, very interesting.
But yeah,
the point is, the documentary is trying to outline how it has similarities to a cult in terms of manipulation, fear tactics, coercion, the weirdness of this woman saying that it was an arranged marriage by her grandmother for her to marry her step grandfather. Even though she was already married at the time. There was also that part. And there's a 20-year age gap. And he helped to raise this girl. And also, it don't make no sense.
She said her grandmother left her everything. The businesses and the church. But if you talk to the sister, she never mentions the businesses.
If you talk to the mom. So before you went to sleep, they're showing the great walkout that happens with that church. And it's Mary's mom saying that all of this is a lie. That her daughter has to marry the step-grandfather, what mama handed down. And she basically like almost stages her own uprising with the choir. That's the episode I left it on. There's one more episode after this. So it's not just the sister being like, this is a lie. Mary's mom is saying that this is a lie.
Yeah.
That none of that is true.
Yeah.
The other thing they were pointing out was like Mary was basically kind of lost. She was excommunicated from the church.
So Mary was pretty much eventually kicked out of church by her grandmother because she was a heathen, a Jezebel, a demon.
No. But she wasn't acting according to the church's laws, essentially.
She said,
but they used a phrase I'd never heard of. Parishioner?
No, it was
it's like she can still go to church, but she can't be involved in it.
So it's pretty much, I forgot what they call this.
Decommissioned?
Disemboweled or something like that.
Yeah, disinvited, something.
So pretty much, you can come to church because they're never going to keep a soul from the church, but you can't participate.
So she can't be like in the choir.
You can't be in the choir. You can't do anything in the church.
She can't be an
usher or anything. You just can be part of the church until you repent and ask for forgiveness.
So she deals with that, with like, I guess, getting almost kicked out of the church. And then mama passes. All of this happens very close to each other. And Mary is feeling real lost and alone. And then all of a sudden, she's supposed to be marrying her step-grandfather. She's supposed to get ownership of the stuff. And as soon as she agrees to being married to her step-grandfather, stuff starts changing in the church. She becomes the lead director of the choir. She starts gaining, I guess, a lot of, it's not clout, but like a status above elders.
She started gaining a lot of status in the church.
Right.
And then eventually she's preaching.
And it's all like before elders are even being slotted into these positions, which I guess is what was supposed to be happening.
Yes.
So people are just like, well, and then there's a walkout. So this, at least storyline wise, it's getting real interesting.
Normally with the whole walkout, that I've never seen that ever.
Mm-hmm.
Most people that go to church and that leave don't come back. They just don't come back.
Basically, they're saying that the church was split in two. The people that believed Mary's mom.
You know what?
And then the people who believed the grandfather.
I haven't seen it, but I've heard about that.
Mm.
That's how our church started.
Mm-hmm.
The original pastor, he walked out.
Mm-hmm.
Because I think my grandma and her sister and them called him out on something.
Mm-hmm.
Or something happened. And he like, you think people going to stay here? I'll just take half the congregation. And he literally talked the whole congregation.
Mm-hmm.
And left them three.
Mm-hmm.
So it was my grandma, another lady, and her sister.
Mm-hmm.
They voted for her sister to be the pastor. And my grandma became the first mother of the church.
Mm-hmm.
And the other lady became the first deacon.
Mm-hmm.
And it just was those three. And they literally pretty much used their grandkids to fill the church.
And it worked.
Their kids and grandkids pretty much fill up the members of the church.
Is that other church still around?
I don't even know who the person. I don't remember the guy's name. I don't
Okay.
know what church he went to. I think he went somewhere in the city. I don't know.
Wasn't your grandfather part of the other church? No.
My grandfather was part of another church. He was never part of that church. There's
Okay.
another church further down that street that he's actually one of the. He's on the actual building
Yeah.
as one of the whatever.
Founders, right?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah. Oh, that church has probably got like 4 or 5 members. I think that church only had like 4 or 5 members
How come
forever.
he's not buried by your grandmother?
Because he doesn't want to be. He asks me like I know.
You said because he didn't want to.
Sometimes we don't have to be together always.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do.
Even in death, I can't have my own place.
You said
Jesus.
it's death to you part, okay?
Well, death didn't
And
part.
death.
Well, death didn't part. So he went his way after death. She went her way after death. They parted. There you go. There you go. Death did them apart. How about that?
Didn't he die first?
Yes.
So how come she? Like, I guess my question is like, how come they weren't?
And number one, you act
Together.
like he was buried 30 miles away from her. It's right up the street.
You even said they could visit it if they want
Yeah,
to.
it's walking distance. It's literally walking distance. Granted, it's about 15, 20, it's about 15, about
It's a
10,
little bit of
15
a walk,
minutes.
but they could do it.
But it's in walking distance.
You're ridiculous. Okay. Very interesting.
A drive, it's not even 5 seconds in a drive. Well, right now it's about probably 2 hours where the traffic is.
It is so
When the traffic is on
mind-blowingly
road now,
different.
it's probably 2 hours.
It is so mind-blowingly
But
different.
when she was growing up and he died, it was maybe 5 seconds in the car.
5 seconds of car.
It was maybe 5 seconds in the car ride.
Very, very interesting.
You didn't even burn no gas. Going and coming.
Very, very interesting.
But yeah. See, and for a minute there, I'm like, yeah, why did I'm like, first of all, it's not that far. He was part of that church. He wanted to be buried at that church. I'm surprised she honored his wishes and buried him at that church.
You said you're surprised.
So I'm just, because she married. She didn't stay not married too long.
What do you mean?
I think he probably died in what, 78, 79.
Uh-huh.
Maybe 70. I say 70.
You're saying she remarried?
Yeah. She remarried like at least 2-3 years later. Later.
Oh, okay.
Oh, one thing about the women in my family, they don't stay single long.
You're saying when they choose to get together with somebody, they choose.
Yeah.
It doesn't take much.
I guess they were the women in that town because men wanted them. They have no issue getting a man because, like I said, my grandma didn't stay single long
Mm-hmm.
because the dude she was married to, who I thought was my grandfather,
Uh-huh.
wasn't.
Well, he was like your step granddad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Apparently, I was the favorite.
Okay.
And I think that's why everybody hated him, because I was the favorite.
Uh-huh.
Because people don't like me. They don't.
That's a lie.
They hate my guts.
That's a lie.
Okay. Sure.
Just because every time we go down there, it's all love. That's a misnomer. Disguise.
You don't listen to the conversation we have of the hate they have in their hearts.
The hate.
You've never heard none of the conversations.
The hate.
I just don't care. That's
Sure.
the difference. I don't
You
care.
literally dropped in on a birthday party. Just dropped in. Didn't let them know you were coming. Nothing. Just dropped in, and it was nothing but, oh my God. They made arrangements around you to make sure that you could be in the party. That's crazy for somebody who hates you.
No. It's still family. It's still love. But that's the way they're keeping an eye on you and getting in your business. So
You said it's all plot and planning.
Yeah. Trust. They're always plotting and planning. Trust and believe. So keep one eye open.
No, you know what? I believe that because the look on Kathy's face when she brought in more family, that was hilarious. That was hysterical. I believe it.
So, yeah.
So, yeah. But anyway, the point was, we're watching That Crazy Show on HBO right now. It's not a bad watch. It's very interesting. We have one more episode to go.
Yep.
Okay. What about your 90 Day Fiance?
And we'll go more in depth about it. 90 Day Fiance. Before the 90 days. Oh, God, I got to bring up the name of the people.
What season is this?
I don't know.
Okay.
It's the best season since it started.
Okay for you. I
Um,
don't even think we saw. I want to call him Reggie. I think his name is Ricky.
it's Ricky. We didn't see him.
Right.
We saw Javon and his
I hate him.
fiance.
I hate
Pretty
him.
much, she's mad because he's pretty much telling all the business to a friend, a female friend,
Season 8. This was episode.
and he just happened
4.
to be have history with that female friend,
That happened.
and he trying to act like he don't understand why she's upset.
All right. Lisa traveled to Nigeria to spend time with Daniel.
So
Javon wondered if marrying Annalyn before meeting was a mistake. We got Emma and Ziad trying to move past their first fight when she first got down to Morocco. And then we also have Laura and Burkan who meet face to face for the first time, and it's awkward as heck.
so
And then Molly who confronts Sheena, Calvin's favorite couple. Sheena
So-
and what's his face?
Sheena, that guy's mom Molly decides she wants to confront Sheena.
Uh-huh.
The way she's talking to her, as if this girl owes her an excuse for what she's doing. Mind you, it's her money.
It's crazy.
The whole time you think she's using her son's money to fund her parents and the way they live.
Right.
But in reality, it's Sheena's money that her parents are taking. Or she's giving to her parents.
It's her own money.
It's her own money.
Right.
But this lady is just berating this poor girl. And now this poor girl's boo-hooing. She takes him to dinner. And it just goes left with her berating this poor child.
Mm-hmm.
And even as a cameraman, you got to be uncomfortable. And her son is sitting there like, okay. So finally her son goes, it's enough. I've had it. You're sitting here berating her. She told us why. It's a culture thing. She's sad. She's upset. She's asked for forgiveness. She apologized. What more do you want from her? Berating her ain't gonna make anything better. Forrest is like berating her anymore. It's not gonna make her better.
Finally.
And you just destroyed our whole dinner that she brought us to.
I agree with you. I'm confused as to why Molly is taking the stance that she's taking. Well, no, I'm not confused. It's control. Because at the same time, she's like, yeah, even though she apologized, and yeah, I said I accept that apology. I don't. And then
she's like, see how she's already got her hooks in him and manipulating. I'm like, manipulating what? She hasn't done anything. She's literally, first of all, she's on the spectrum. So you're making her cry on purpose. I can't understand. So the girl's crying and she's like, I can't understand you. You need to go talk.
First of all, I could understand what she was saying. Fine. I could understand what she was saying.
You need to talk.
Exactly.
I
fine.
can't understand. You need to talk.
Also, it was a no-win conversation. It didn't matter what that child said. She was going to be in the wrong.
So
it didn't matter at all. Thirdly, it's her own money. Fourthly, there is a cultural dynamic that they're just glossing over. In the Philippines, Filipino tradition, like she said, the breadwinner takes care of the family, the entire family. She lives with her parents still. It's not uncommon for you to live with your parents for the duration of their lives and take care of them. That's just part of the culture with the Philippines. It's like locked in stone. So her ending up giving her money to her parents is not weird. It's very normal. Also, she's making Filipino money. She's making pesos. Even if she saved 1,000 or whatever pesos that they said that she's supposed to be saving, do you know what that is in American currency?
$50.
It's like it's still not.
I'm sorry, 45.50.
Right.
It's 45.50.
Still, I don't understand why they have all this pressure on her to save for her and Forrest's life.
Two empty
with
bags.
the money she's making in the Philippines.
2 empty bags of chips will eat that money right away.
It doesn't make any
2 family size empty bags of chips.
They tried to precursor it with talking about how Forrest did get got. He was dating a girl, I want to say out of Thailand or?
Yes.
Yeah, and
or it could have been the Philippines. Who cares? It doesn't matter.
It wasn't the Philippines.
It's not this girl.
It was like Thailand or something. But apparently that person scoped him for his money, allegedly. I also don't know how true that is because Molly is proving not to be a trustful narrator at all.
Also, Now Forrest is like, I'm going to meet her parents and confront her. I don't know what the fuck he think he gonna do, but he says he's gonna meet her parents, and Molly's like, I don't want her parents to manipulate him. I'm like, what?
So many questions. First of all, one, do they even speak English? What are you gonna do? You gonna speak Tagalog? You're not.
So I'm like, I'm like, whatever. So enough of that because Molly pisses me off. Zaid and Emma pretty much telling Zaid trying to get over their first fight when she first got there, yada yada yada. Also, she has a secret to tell him that she's been engaged to somebody in that city before, and he doesn't know.
So she apologizes to Zaid over breakfast after bemoaning the fact that she feels like he owed her a coffee and a cuddle. And she doesn't understand why he's not doing whatever. So then she apologizes. And then she tells him that she lost her job.
And he's like, I don't care.
Basically, which is great.
And she's crying. So finally he went over there. Pat her on the back a couple of times.
Yeah, sir.
There.
And then he buys her some gifts. And she's like, this is the trip that I wanted. It's like, okay.
You just wanted shit. That's
all right.
Anywho, okay, this is another one I talk about. Laura and Birkin.
Birkin
bag.
Actually, it's
Birkin bag. So he gets there.
So she's coming to Romania. She ends up coming early. So instead of him meeting her at the airport, they have to meet at the train station.
Because her flight came early. He gets there. They hug.
It's nice.
They're talking. He grabs her bags, a gentleman, takes her to the train. And now she's like, it's weird because he's not really saying too much. She is giving this dude the death stare in the side of his face. She has not broken eye contact with this dude.
To her credit, when they first get to the train station and they're doing the interviews for the confessionals, he's saying all the right stuff. Granted, I think it's a little backhanded compliment, but he's saying stuff like, oh, because the producer asked them like, oh, now that you've seen each other, how do you feel? And he's like, I don't need to see her. I'm so excited for her to be here. I don't need to know what she looks like, which is a backhanded compliment. She's standing right there. But so she's like, he's exactly what I wanted. He's exactly the protagonist from, my romanticities that I love, which is like the tall, dark, and handsome, mysterious guy who usually treats people terribly. It's very surface level. That whole thing is very surface level. And then they get on the train to go back to the Airbnb that she's rented for them. And she is staring at him, not blinking. And she's like, it's awkward now.
Pretty much, he takes her to dinner.
Yeah.
He takes her on a walk to see the city, the little bit of the city. Takes her to dinner. Takes her back to the room. She's like, I'm tired. I've been traveling all the time. He's like, okay, and then you can go to bed. I'm going to stay up and watch TV. She's heartbroken.
Yeah, upset. She's upset.
He's like, bitch, you said you're tired. Go to sleep.
He doesn't know she's upset. He's literally just watching the TV.
Yeah. So he's like,
she's like, I didn't think I'd be back here by myself.
I'm like, you spent all day with him. You said you're tired. He's going to let you
stared at him all day.
Yeah. He's going to let you.
But I know in her head, she was building this up to be a very passionate romance. Like, he wouldn't be able to keep his hands off of her. Like, he'd bring her back to the bedroom. They'd get it in.
First of all, if you look at the dude, you can tell that dude is not like that. Just on the way this dude looks, you can tell he's not like that.
But she is basing it on how he looks. That is how she's basing this.
His head does not match his body at all. It's like a big ass head on a skeleton.
She is living in her mind about what this relationship is. I think he's actually living in reality. And I don't think it's mixing well.
You're right. She's not living in reality. Javon and Annalyn. Pretty much their whole thing is
Javon's a piece of shit. That's what it is.
He's been pretty much confiding and messing with an ex.
No, it's a lot of things. First of all, he met Annalyn online and they dated for 3 years. Then COVID hit. He was supposed to go to the Philippines when COVID hit. So then he was like, oh, I can't go. COVID. She was like, there's got to be a way for us to meet. What if we got married? Because they were making exceptions for a family to travel to the Philippines. So she's like, what if we got married? Then you'd be able to come and see me. And he was like, okay. They get married online. He still never comes to see her.
Meanwhile, her whole family's there and he's just in a hotel.
Right. But the point is, after they got married, it's now been 6 years of them being together total, 3 years marriage. He still hasn't found a way to go to the Philippines to meet her. He says stuff has changed since they got married. Annalyn is not as positive as she used to be, and now she's a lot more aggressive. And then he slowly, and I mean like his sister has to drag this out of him because she's getting calls from Annalyn and she doesn't know why. That he is pissing Annalyn off because he's talking to somebody that he told Annalyn he had a romantic past with that never culminated into anything. He says he had a friend who he talks to about relationship issues, which again, flag. When he feels like he can't talk to Annalyn, and he kind of blames Annalyn for having to talk to his friend about their relationship problems, and then says that they might have had a crush on each other at one time, but they never acted on it. But he still talks to this person regularly about the problems of his existing relationship, and he doesn't know why Annalyn has a problem with this. And his sister has to go, yeah, no, that's not right. That's not appropriate. You shouldn't do that, and you should apologize.
And two, yes, she's changed. She's a wife now. That's what happens. They don't have to like what you like anymore.
But my thing is, like, not only is she a wife now, she's a wife who you still haven't seen. You've been telling her you're going to come there, and you haven't come.
Whatever. She's a wife. She doesn't have to like what you like anymore. She has papers now. So she can be her true self. Surprise.
What was cracking me up was Annalyn being like, I'm not a typical Filipino. I don't like being told what to do. Ma'am, I have yet to meet a Filipino woman who was cool with being told what to do.
So, yeah.
You're like, he's like, she's so aggressive. His sister's like, yeah, no, she's cuckoo crazy. But if he thinks she's cuckoo crazy, he shouldn't be married to her. They should be done. Which, I mean, sound, facts.
And finally, Lisa and Daniel. Daniel goes and talks to a voodoo guy.
No, he's not voodoo.
And the ancestors love to play tricks on.
No. Let's talk about why Daniel has decided to marry a white woman.
Oh, because a white woman protected his mom at some point. So that's why he has to marry a white woman. And ancestors, like, if that's what you thought protected your mom, we're going to love playing this trick on you. So the ancestors like, sure, go marry the crazy white lady who's been married to women at least 10 times.
Oh, yes. Yep.
I do believe the ancestors blew on those dice and made them turn to say, like, yeah, we're in favor of this. We want to see this train wreck. Pretty much in his culture, dating same-sex marriage is frowned upon.
You can be killed for it.
Little does he know, the woman he's about to marry has done nothing but that for the last 20-some years.
Yeah.
So she's on her way to Nigeria.
We also found out she's technically still married.
And she's also still married.
To a woman.
Ta-da. What I'm mad about is the Black Cassidy he had to have those people do the ceremony dance for this woman.
Everybody got to make money, man.
This YN, this young Nigerian, had the audacity
you cracked yourself up, huh?
to have her. First of all, if I'm one of those people singing and dancing, as soon as I see you walk up that tarmac into the street, I'm like, I'm done.
Calvin, they're going to get money.
I don't care.
It's the same thing in Hawaii. Like, we're going to get money.
I don't care. I refuse. And then she has the audacity to attempt to dance with me? No.
Everybody does that. When we watch the Black families come, they also did the same thing. They dance with them.
They're more in tune. At least their rhythm is better.
I still can't get over. There's a lot of things happening with Miss Lisa.
I don't care.
There's a lot of things happening with Miss Lisa.
Her
care. Daughter has a conversation with her before she goes. Her daughter, it very much seems like her daughter had to raise her mom. It's very sad. And I'm sure exhausting to deal with this. Lisa's like, yeah, there's a lot of flags on the play. I know Daniel won't like a lot of truths about me, but my heart says he might be the one.
My whole thing is, I didn't know wigs make you break out into hives.
She was like, I hate wearing wigs. I get sores. You get blisters. I'm like, you're not supposed to.
I'm like, where are you getting these cheap wigs from?
Rashes. Girl, are you okay? What do you mean?
Are you putting grass on your head? Are you putting actual colored grass on your hair,
Are
ma'am?
you putting like the most toxic glue ever to keep these down? What are you taking them off regularly? What are you doing?
I think she's using bad hair. Or some type of She's allergic.
Even if she was using bad hair, that means she's not taking the wig off.
She's allergic to latex, I think, right?
I don't know.
Yeah, she's allergic to latex. She had to get certain.
Do you know what's in a wig? I don't think you know what's in a wig.
She's.
You know it's nylon. It's not latex.
She's allergic to something. That's why she had to get certain condoms.
It's not that she's allergic. It's that she's not taking it off. She's not doing proper care for her wigs. That's what it is.
Right.
For you to get blisters and sores, that's tension. That's also chemical because you have to put different sealants to make sure your wig stays in place. That means she's either not cleaning her wigs the way she's supposed to and cleaning off the sealant the way it's supposed to, like to make sure everything's gone before she's doing it again.
Javon, she's white. They don't wash like that.
But what I'm saying is your latex theory, I don't think is
I also
accurate.
I think it's what the chemicals, like you said, mixed with whatever she's.
I don't think she'd take her wigs off. I don't think she takes them off.
I think it's a mixture of the chemicals.
I think she puts them on, and then I think she goes to sleep in them.
I think it's a mixture of the chemical and the wigs, because I'm like, that's cheap or dirty, whichever way you want to look at it. It's both.
Truthfully, there's really no bad wigs. You can take the cheapest wig ever and make it last, but you have to know how to take care of it.
Okay.
And it's a lot of steps to take care of it. And if you don't want to do those steps, you can end up with all of those issues.
I would kind of take your word for it because you're a woman, but I don't think you wear wigs, so I don't know how true and accurate you are.
I don't like to wear wigs, one, because I have a really big head, but also two.
True indeed. True statements have never been said. True indeed. They don't make wigs that size at all.
They absolutely make wigs that size.
They don't. They don't.
But I don't like piling my hair
to put
up
for your head and your hair.
You said
that's a
you
lot.
said it's ginormous.
That's a lot.
Okay, we're talking Megamind. They don't make
Megamind wigs. And I'm done. We're gonna end on that note. They don't make Megamind wigs. That's hilarious. That is hilarious. Touche, my ma'am. Touche. Second hottest joke.
I gotta beat you to it.
Second hottest joke on this podcast. Second hottest joke on this podcast.
But like I've worn wigs before, and it's for me it's just a lot of heat on my head.
When you must have been in high school.
Yeah.
Okay. This must have been for like Halloween or something.
No.
Who were you changing your look for?
For me.
Oh, okay. Trying to get.
I didn't want to keep having to flat iron my hair, and the beauty store I went to suggested wigs. Because, then you won't have to heat press your hair. You could just literally pile it and
sound like they told you that because they wanted to make money. And they probably like, oh.
They definitely did. They were trying to make a sell. But then when they tried to fit me for the wig.
Yeah.
Nothing fit.
Yeah, exactly. You're like, we have to combine 3 wigs.
They had
at least 4.
And I had more hair back then, too. So they were having a tough time trying to get my hair into the cap to make it work. And then trying to find a strap that was going to stretch enough to fit my head and stay in place. It was a whole thing. And then I kind of played with it when you were on deployment, and I didn't do anything with it.
Aren't we persistent? Who are you trying to? So why you need to? Who are you trying to? Why you need to put on wigs for when I was on
work? I was working at. Do you remember where I used to work when we first lived in our first apartment?
Okay. So you're trying to out there trying to get men's and trying to look different. So
I got a temp job working at. Honestly, the whitest place I have ever worked. And they wanted a certain look. And I hadn't figured out how to keep my curls yet. And I didn't want to keep flat ironing my hair. So I was playing with wigs. But no, I got tired of it really quickly. It's a lot of work.
Sure.
And then you got to maintain a wig. It's a lot.
Sure. Anywho, evidently Lisa can't maintain the wigs. She had almost 30, 40 some years of practice.
Lisa can maintain the look of the wig. I don't think she can maintain the insides of it. I think that's why she's dealing with all the stuff that she's dealing with.
And that's 90 days before 90 days.
There's another couple.
No, that's it.
No, what's her face? Yeah.
They weren't on that episode.
Weren't they?
No.
Didn't she make it? And she was mad about having to go to his concert? No.
That's the episode before. And it was okay with going to the concert.
Interesting. It was really just these 3?
Yeah.
Sheena, Molly. Yeah. and crazy behind Javon.
Yes, it's like
Javon was making me so mad.
It's like for them. It was
I need Anna Lynn to break up with him. I need her to divorce him. Get his money, girl. That would be the best get ever. You never met your wife. She divorced you and took half your stuff. Hilarious. Hysterical.
Sure.
Did she apply to get her citizenship?
Who knows? I don't know.
Interesting. I wonder how it works if you're already married.
I don't know.
Because I don't think it would be a K-1 visa at that point. Because they're already married.
Yeah, I've never married a foreigner. So I don't know.
Well, you watched a lot of these.
Half of them don't make it, so it don't even matter. I don't know to tell you.
Oh, randomly, I have an update for Love After Lockup. I know you sent me the Zariah thing, but did you read it?
She's in jail. Oh,
she was in holding.
Holding, yeah.
Do you know why?
Why?
She beat up Troy. It's for a DV.
Oh, she beat up Troy. I know she was in there for doing something crazy.
For domestic violence, yeah. For Troy.
So Troy put her in there because if he didn't, he'd be back in jail.
No, he didn't put her in there. Somebody else called. A neighbor called.
Okay, well.
She was beating the crap out of him.
So I don't think she was beating him like that, but I think he was defending himself. I just think he didn't want to hear
Karen,
back.
Yeah, she was.
Yeah,
and like you said, but he didn't want to fight back. So he was taking a lot.
Yeah.
Basically.
Yeah.
But apparently the rumor, allegedly, he was taking this beating for her son. Because the son was getting the brunt of it, and he was stepping in to stop that. And it led to whatever else happened.
Oh, wow.
Mind you, they're also in an open relationship. Mostly on her end. Mind you, she got a girlfriend on the side right now, also, that they were fighting over. Because the girlfriend wanted to spend more time with Troy than Zariah. This is, again, all alleged. But it all culminated into her having that blowout and was in holding.
He like it. She loves it. The end.
A lot of people are saying that Troy just married another Karen.
Yeah. Ding, 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 ding. That's why she hates Karen so much, because I told you, they're exactly like. That's why they hit each other so much.
Crazy. Miss Karen stays on lives. She stays on lives.
She has nothing else to do, Javon. It's either that or crack. It's either that, drink, or crack.
It's very interesting and crazy. And I feel for Troy. So, I don't know how much is true or what. But also, apparently, they may or may not have burned their bridge to be on another season of Love After Lockup.
Sure, whatever.
Allegedly. I don't know. I think if Troy gets a divorce, maybe.
If they keep getting news like this and they want the attention, they'll put them back on.
I guess so. Anything else you're watching?
Nope.
Oh, I finished Badly in Love. Or Love Badly. One of the two. The Japanese dating show where it's a bunch of Yankees who are supposed to be like the criminal kids, basically, who get together. It's guys and girls. And it's an interesting mesh. And it was a mess. It was insane. Baby ends up with somebody I didn't even think she would have given two thoughts to. And they're still together and happy. It's very interesting. They end up, the most interesting part of it to me was when they brought in the host dude. This guy's a professional host. If you know anything about the host entertainment life in Japan, it gives brothel vibes. Like, you go to this restaurant or whatever, or club, and it's these gentlemen that you rent for the evening, essentially. And they make money with how much drinks you buy. So if you get bottles and you get lots of alcohol, they get a nice stipend.
It's just buy me drink bars. That's all it is.
But like, the guys have to like flirt with you and like.
Yeah, that's the same thing on the buy me drink bar for the females. They have to flirt with you and get you to buy drinks, and then if you want to take them home, you got to pay to take them home.
Yeah, it's brothel.
Yeah.
It's a brothel.
Okay.
That's so white.
Pretty much all of Asia.
He's so pale. But they're like, oh, well, how are your parishioners feel about you being on the show? And he's like, oh, they're rooting for me to find my happiness. The way he was with all the girls, I can see why he's a good host. It seemed like he was genuinely interested in a lot of these girls. And then it turned out he really was only interested in one. And it was the one girl that wasn't interested in him.
Yeah, that's pretty much how you make money, Javon.
It was so crazy. It was interesting. A guy got kicked off because he was smoking pot and told the show. Very interesting. It was a very interesting show. I liked it. I liked it a lot.
Yeah.
You said yeah. He said yeah. It was crazy. Anyway, that's all I watch. Anything else?
I don't have anything else. I'm not watching anything
Okay.
other than that cult thing and 90 Day.
Okay. Oh, well, Love After Lockup's about to start back.
Yeah, I would be there.
All right. Thank you for listening to We Like That podcast.
So we like that.
Go ahead and click that subscribe button. You know you want to. And rate us 5 stars. I'm Javon.
I'm Calvin.
Later, people.
And we're out.